In this lecture, we're going to learn how to generate an undetectable backdoor. A backdoor is just a file that when executed on the target computer, it'll give us full access to that computer. So it'll basically allow us to hack it and do anything that we want on that computer. There's a number of ways to generate backdoors, and what we're interested in is to generate a backdoor that is not detectable by antivirus programs. Now, this is not very hard to achieve, as you'll see, and we're going to do this using a tool called Vil Evasion. Now, Vil Evasion used to be a standalone tool, but recently the creators have combined it with their other tools in the framework, and they released it as Vil Framework. So you might see videos around showing you how to use Vil Evasion. These videos are a bit old, and the newest version of this tool is literally just called Vil. Now, I'm gonna put the download link in the resources of this course, but you can just go on Google and search for Vil, and you'll see if you go on their URL on their GitHub, you'll see that they're telling you that Vil Evasion is no longer supported and you should use Vil 3. So if you click on the link here, which is the link for Vil 3, it'll show you the repository for Vil 3. Now, if you're not familiar with this, GitHub is just a version control system that allow programmers to host, share, and update their source code. So we're going to be using this a lot when downloading programs, and it's very handy to download. Now, if we want to download this, all you have to do is just click on this green button right here, copy the Git repository link, and then go to terminal and download it. Now, before I download it, I actually want to store it in OPT. So I'm going to do CD to navigate to a different directory, and I'm going to put /OPT to open a directory called OPT. Now, this is where you should be storing your optional programs, hence the name OPT. And if I do ls to list the available directories, you'll see we only have one directory for a program called Teeth. Now, if I want to download Vil, as I said, all you have to do is copy the repository link from here, and then go to your terminal to the location where you want to download it. So if I do pwd right now, I'm in OPT, and I'm going to do git clone and put the URL of the repository. So the command is very simple. Git is the version control program that's used by the creators of the software. So that's why we're going to use the same program to download it, to download Vil. We're using clone to tell Git that I want to clone or download this framework or this program or this project. And then we're giving it the link to Vil, to the project that we want to download. I'm going to hit enter. And as you can see now, we managed to download it. If I do ls to list the files, you'll see that I have a new directory called Vil. So I can navigate into that directory by doing cd Vil. And if I do ls again to list the files, you'll see that I have the file that runs Vil, which is called vil.py. But for the first time, because we never ran Vil on this computer, we have to install it first. So to do that, we have to navigate into the setup directory by doing cd setup. Then if I list the directories here, you'll see I have a setup bash script. So basically, if I run this script, it'll install Vil Evasion for me. Now, to run an executable in Linux systems from the terminal, all you have to do is put / followed by the name of the executable. So in my case, it's setup. So again, I'm adding the / here because I want to run an executable, and the executable that I want to run is called setup.sh. I'm going to hit enter. And this is telling me, am I sure that I want to install Vil? I'm going to say yes, I am sure. And what this is going to do is it's gonna install all the libraries and programs needed by Vil to work. Now Vil relies on a large number of libraries, so this is gonna take some time. Just let it go, let it install and everything, and every time it shows you a setup or a wizard for installing something, accept that and just go through the process. So just click on next, 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 next until the whole process is finished, and then you'll be able to use Vil, and we'll see how to do that in the next lectures. Okay, now it's asking me to install Python. I'm gonna say yes please, install it for me. And as I said, you just want to go with everything that it shows you. Every wizard it shows you, just click on next, 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 and install it in the default location. You don't really need to play around with these. Now it's installing Pywin. Now it's installing Ruby for me, so I'm gonna accept the license, and again just click on next, 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 and install it. And that's done, so I'm gonna click on finish. This is installing Autoit for us, which is a compiler for a scripting programming language. So again, we're just going with next, 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 next. And that's it. Now Vil is done and it's installed. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm actually just gonna go back to root, because usually when you open your terminal, you'll be at root. So I'm actually just gonna close this and open the terminal. You don't need to do this, but I just want to show you how you're gonna be running Vil now. So when you first open the terminal, you're gonna be in root. So if you do pwd, you'll see that you're in root in the root directory. And if you want to run Vil, you'll have to first navigate to OPT, because that's where we cloned it, and that was cloned in a directory called Vil. So we're doing cd to navigate to change the working directory, and we're going to OPT Vil. I'm gonna hit enter, and now I'm inside the Vil directory, and if I do ls, you'll see I have the Vil executable. So I can run any executable, like I said, by putting // followed by the name of the executable, which is vil.py. I'm gonna hit enter. And as you can see now, we see the welcome screen for Vil. And now we can start using the tool. And we'll cover the usage of this tool in the next lecture.